it going, guys? Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have a night in November for the second time. They must love me or something, and they can say their names and what they do in the band.
Crack on, man. We love you.
Oh,
My name's Gareth. I'm the bass player and singer for the band.
I'm Costa. I play drums. I'm Lewis. I scream and I play guitar.
awesome, guys. Well, funny thing is that we tried this 3 times, and the lovely internet between the U.S. and the U.K. was not gracious on us. So, we finally got it. Well, anyway, the big thing, guys. Just how have you been? It's been like a little bit past a year, probably, give or take. A lot has changed. A lot has happened. You have some new music in the works. So, like, how's things been? What's been happening in the in between? I guess.
Yeah, it's been beautiful, man. Really enjoyed it. So, like, we've spent a lot longer on this EP than the first one, so it felt like we've probably had this building up for such a long time now. Like, we recorded it, we were in the studio like 2 times, and then got like a video done, and got a single, and got like a PR company, and got loads of like artwork done. Like, Gareth's done so much art for the band, and then we've got like the EP launch is going to be like with 3 bands that we really love. So to get time to get like all 3 of those bands, we put in like a date so far in advance. They just happened to be in November. It wasn't sure. Obviously, nobody believes that. Like, it's been a good year then.
Well, yeah, we've been gigging a lot as well.
Oh yeah.
And we've gone further than we did the previous year. So we've been to London, Wales, Newcastle.
We played a wedding.
Yeah, we played a wedding this year with the Lord of the Rings themed wedding.
Yeah,
Oh, that's tight.
Yeah, in like a big field with lots of camping and ale and a waterfall. Yeah, it was epic. So yeah, it's been a fun year. Good band.
Yeah, it's been good. Yeah. And we're in the practice room now, just finishing off the final touches for some cheeky surprise songs at our EP launch gig as well. So, yeah. There might be a bit of Wheatus in there somewhere. Big classics.
Awesome, guys. And then obviously you have like a new single in the works, or I've seen like a bunch of clips about it. I guess, like, how was the writing process of that? You have an EP, like you said, that you have coming out very soon. So, like, how was that process of writing it? I guess you said you did it a little bit different. You're taking more of your time on it. So how do you feel like you've matured since, I guess, the last EP to the now, I guess?
We've been trying to add sort of more layers. So we've always had the simple bass line and the a riff on over the top, and I've added a massive new pedal board to my bass. We're just sort of trying to learn as we go, really, and try to write more interesting songs as well, I think.
Yeah, I think sorry, go on, man. Yeah, just because we're a 3-piece, I think on some of our previous songs we find it hard to kind of get the layering and the sound we wanted on bits and pieces. So we've tried to beef up the sound, especially with the new single, Nation of Bells. It's a lot heavier, and as Gareth mentioned, he's kind of added a few bits and pieces with his pedals and gives it a little more fuller sound. So I guess that's one way of it being maturing. Yeah, totally. I think when we first wrote songs, we were so excited to be writing songs. We were absolutely loving it. We did like different genres, some were a bit heavier, some a bit pop punk, and now we really kind of know what we want to sound like. So that's when we're writing, we've got that in mind rather than just writing something that's like, oh yeah, let's just write. Now it's like a little bit more focused. Good fun, so like a blast, but yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't say we're mature in terms of. Not at all. Not at all.
Hey, you gotta have that a little bit, you gotta have that fun spirit, I feel like if you're a band and I don't see you up on stage having like a good time and enjoying it, like, I feel like that's disappointing, it's it sucks. I mean, obviously you gotta do what you gotta do to make the money, but at the same point, I feel like, if you're enjoying it on the stage, like I'm enjoying it as like a fan, so, you gotta have that kid spirit a little bit, but, have that writing, like, hardcore mentality a little bit in the studio. So, I guess what would be your favorite track? Maybe it's one that hasn't been released. Maybe it's one that's out now that will be coming out. But what's one that you had a good time like writing in the studio?
Oh man, my favorite song to write in the studio is Power Drive. We absolutely love that.
Definitely.
Yeah, I suggest for Touch you have selected Power Drive.
Yeah,
which is reference to Simpsons, but with it's just a really quick song, isn't it? So it's good fun.
Like super fast, like Blink-182 style intro riff. The Simpsons, stupid stuff like we were like having such a laugh in the studio, and it was like we were talking about that episode of The Simpsons, right? And then there's like this bit where like Thrill House, like Miller, like, like Thrill House, and we're like, oh, what if at the end of the song we just put into mics, we're like Thrill House, so we just.
Oh yeah, and originally the song was completely different, and then when we were going to record it, and I was in the shower, and I was like, oh no, we don't shout "Buy Me Bone Storm" and or "Go to Hell." So we're in the studio. I was like, guys, in the shower this morning, I said "Buy Me Bone Storm" or "Go to Hell." You need to shout that. So we just sort of slid that into the song as well. So yeah, it was a fun song to make.
That was proper was, yeah.
That's awesome. Costa, you got any different answer? Or are we all unanimous on the answer?
That was absolutely my favorite as well. Like I wanted to slam some super fast like punk drums in as well, which is what I kind of grew up practicing with. And it's got all the super fast like punk riffs over the like sick Blink kind of guitar riffs. So I'm like on board with that one.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, as I mentioned offline, you guys are working on a music video, or it's coming out very soon. I guess how was that process? I think the music video came out like super professional. I thought it was like, somebody that had done it for, a good chunk of change. But I feel like it came out super well. And like, how was that process of just like having somebody dress up in a bear suit and like go across London? I thought that was very tight. I only visited London, so I didn't really get to see it. I'd love to go back, but it was cool to see like some dude in a bear suit. Like I think it just like walking around, like just being like, "Hey, check out some shit," So how was that? I guess how was that experience of just like doing that music video? I guess
that was the best experience of the year, band-wise. I mean, it was pretty much just a day of playing a live band set in a garden, in a garage, having like free pizza on tap, having all our friends like jump around us. It was just a bit crazy. And like with traditional English weather as well, the weather was shit. Like, it's rained like all day. So like normally like pop punk, you imagine sunshine and all that lot. But actually like England, that's not really the case. So it rained, but everybody had like so much fun. I think that was probably like the best bit.
It was just friends having a real laugh, and it comes across on the video, which is fun. So.
And I got to go dressed as a bear, man. That was absolutely amazing. Because I can't remember, we were like chatting about it. I was like, oh, who's gonna do that? God, I really want to do that. Like I want to go into the city centre. You just get the best reaction you get is you walk past people and they don't even acknowledge that it's happened. Like, you just walk past a bear, right? And they're just like, carrying on with my day, like this is so. What?
I think there's like funny bits to the video there, like that you probably won't notice, although you'll watch it back now. I told you. So part of the video, you're kind of just looking around. There's a guy sat in a tree.
Oh yeah.
Like he sat up there for pretty much the whole song. He couldn't really do anything other than look down with his beer, but he was just sat in the tree.
He's in for a split second.
That's like got proper shoved up into the tree. It's like, God, get in that tree, man. It's gonna look great.
And then, right at the end of the video, you might notice that like there's a drone camera which is filming down to the garden.
Yeah.
And like crashes and like blacks out. The real story is the guy actually got his drone stuck in a tree. I was like, the end of the video is the drone getting stuck in the tree and like crashing out. So
we were trying to get it out of the tree, and we were like, we could try a big pole, but no chance. It was just
because we've got them like smoke grenades. We were like, oh, let's have the bear on the roof with smoke grenades. So I like climbed up a ladder onto my parents' roof, pulled these smoke grenades out. I was like, yeah, this is gonna look amazing. He shot the drone. It looked perfect until he smashed into a tree. I kept dancing for like a full 3 minutes.
You didn't know it.
I didn't know it happened. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna look amazing. Everyone else is just watching a drone in a tree.
Oh my
so
God.
much fun, though.
Well, now I'm excited to watch it because I feel like it just sounds like a wild time. So, and I feel like you guys can bring the heat. So I'm all about it. It was just like I said, it looks awesome, and I just thought it looked just like super funny, and like I just wanted to kind of see what your perspective on was on it, obviously, because it seems just so like something that like if Blink was not like 50 years old, that they would probably do if they were like in their prime. I'm not saying they aren't anymore, but like I feel like that's something Blink, very Blink-esque. So I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah.
But the next question I got for you guys, obviously pulling it back from the last interview, who have you been jamming recently? What's on your Spotify? As what have you guys been listening to lately?
Yeah, I think, well, for the last like 3 days, I've been listening to Lioness State's new EP. They're
Oh,
like,
nice.
I think we mentioned them last time. Absolutely amazing band, like, and they're local to us. So we played their EP launch on Friday, was it Saturday? Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was like such a good laugh. They got dressed up as the Stranger Things characters. They were up. Yeah, I wonder what else.
It's a mix of old, mainly just listening to old things. By the look of things. Yeah. Jimmy Eat World, Chase This Light. I've been listening to quite a lot by the looks of things.
Yeah.
Good album.
What about you, Costin?
I can't think. I'm under pressure. I'm like, no idea. Like, I spend most of my day listening to music. No idea.
I listen to Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, I do love a bit of Taylor Swift. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I'll put all my cards on the table now. Like, it's got the hooks.
Did you say that last time as well?
Yeah, probably.
You love Taylor Swift.
A full year of Taylor Swift.
Full year Taylor Swift nonstop. Wow, you're a dedicated fan, man. I can't say that much. I can't say that much just about myself, but man, I'm like, I respect it. I respect it to a point. I feel like I'm not the biggest, nor am I trying to promote Taylor Swift. But if you want to live that life, Costa, you do your thing, man. That's it. That's all I'm saying. We'll have to make sure that Taylor Swift knows on some sort of social media that you've listened to her for over a year. That you've listened to her for more than a straight year, 24/7, nonstop. Got her new record, put that shit in your car or whatever, listen to it in your house, annoyed everybody with it, So there you go. Awesome. My next question, guys, is another fun one.
I've actually got a legit.
Oh, you have a legitimate answer?
I've got a legitimate answer for you. Something that. So there's another local band called Dinosaur Pilot, who have got quite big recently. It's not necessarily pop punk. It's kind of a little bit like a mashup between a bit of metal, a bit of rock, and a bit of like gruff punk. But they've got some really good tracks, and they've kind of blown up in the last year. And I think they're even doing an American tour at the minute.
Yeah.
But they're really good. Dinosaur Pilot, check them out.
Yeah, totally.
Yes, they're fantastic. They're very good. I've somebody else had recommended me to them, and I'm like, they're great. So yes, I can 100% co-sign that.
Yeah, man.
Awesome, guys. Next question: if you could compile a musical supergroup, who'd be in your band?
We just had this question from magazine.
Yeah, I can't remember what I said. I got to be consistent now. People read different interviews.
Travis Barker.
No, you don't have to be consistent. Come on, listen. You gotta have all the ones that you forgot. You can now say on this one.
Yeah.
Well, I said I wanted to have I think actually the music they put together would be terrible because they're all different genres. But I'd have Travis Barker on drums.
Okay.
And Sinister Gates on guitar because he's
yeah.
And then what's guy from Beartooth? Shit, I forgot his name already.
Caleb, is it?
Caleb. Yeah, Caleb Stone.
Yeah, he's singing and screaming combined is just beautiful. And then Rob from Metallica as the bassist. I find something like that. That sounds pretty cool.
You know what? I take what you just said. I take the Metallica guy out, and I put Jordan for Nick from New Found Glory in.
Nice.
That'd be an interesting combination.
Ooh,
I'd go with that.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, Caleb did featured on that Seaway song.
Oh really?
And that sounded good. His screaming in pop punk really works. It's proper cool. What about you guys?
I find it so hard because so different styles that I like. Alkaline Trio. If someone said to me Alkaline Trio and Blink-182 together, I'd be super excited, and that sort of happened, and it's good, but it's not quite what I expected.
No.
So, they're always difficult, aren't they?
Yeah. You said you had a favourite supergroup already.
The Travelling Wilburys, I absolutely love. Right? Again, they're all really legends in their own field. like Bob Dylan and like Jeff Lynne and people like George Harrison. Together, they made some all right songs. But yeah, more of a classic sort of sound. It's not very punk, but yeah.
That's okay. It doesn't have to be punk.
Yeah.
I thought you'd have like a musical theatre crossover, like of all your favourite like musical.
Awful, but yeah, I'll be down with that.
Yeah. Awesome, guys. Next question: if there was one album that you wished that you wrote, what album would it be? An album you took credit for before you wrote it.
Wow.
Oh, wow, that's a really good one.
You've been thinking good questions.
Yeah, that's a cool question.
I think, like, given the fact that our new EP is a mashup of really split pop punk lyrics and really heavy screaming, that Lewis has started to like do a little bit more. It always reminds me of, is it Plot to Bomb the Panhandle?
Yeah, that's
by A Day to Remember.
Yes, yeah.
And I feel like they kind of introduced super slick and heavy, and I love that. I wish I'd have thought of that before they did.
Yeah,
like, they smashed that kind of genre.
Yeah, that's what we'd like to be.
I can never remember the name of it. I think we talked
Common
about.
Courtesy.
Yeah, Common Courtesy is great, but they've got like loads of good albums because they're all quite different sounding. But we did like a radio interview the other day, and they were saying like our inspirational bands, which is pretty similar like style. But yeah, they Get Lost, Find Yourself by Chunk No Captain Chunk. Let's check it there.
That's a great one.
Absolutely, and it's the same thing that Costa was saying about like a pop punk hardcore crossover, and that's exactly what we like playing. I want to be screaming, but I want riffs that are pop punk, and I want Gareth's vocals to be like clean and catchy and stuff. And they've absolutely nailed that sound, and somehow it all sounds very synthy and amazing as well. Like they're really, really cool. I'd love to have written that.
Gareth?
Man, I like so much. I think maybe like Sticks and Stones by Newfound Glory, something like that.
Classic, yeah.
Just hit after hit. I absolutely love every track on that. So yeah, I'd love to have wrote something like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then Costa, that record is, I believe, is For Those Who Have a Heart. That's the record. I got you.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Next question. Kind of already answered it, possibly, but maybe not. But what is some guilty pleasure bands? Do you have any guilty pleasure music? I know Costa said Taylor Swift, so I feel like he's not out of the woods.
I don't know if it really counts as like a guilty pleasure thing, but you know, Waster's second album. I can't remember what it's called now. I should know because I listen to it all the time. But you know, when you listen to albums on Spotify, you just don't even think.
Listen to it. You go into that blind like listening phase. I got you.
Yeah, Identity Crisis by Waster. It's like
okay, yeah.
Old Waster is really like quite like pop punking. It's really like Neck Deep, and I think they got loads of stick for sounding like Neck Deep because they're like, oh, you're just ripping them off. Basically. So then they totally changed the sound and went like super poppy in it. And I actually, like, people hated it, but then I loved it. And then I saw them play it live, and they were like, oh, like joking about it, like, oh, this album came out to pretty bad reception, but would you like to hear some songs from it? And the crowd went nuts. And I was like, actually, I really, really like it. And I think it's weird because water parks are pretty much the same sound,
yeah,
but everybody loves them. But because Wasted didn't sound like it, I was like, no, I can't listen to this. I absolutely love it.
I don't. You should be ashamed to like anything, so that's all.
Totally true, right?
But I know people like I really like American Nights by Plain White Tees.
Okay.
Summer sort of. I listen to that when I'm doing housework, and I know and it just cheers me up. So yeah, and I absolutely love that. And a lot of people think that Plain White Tees are just Hey There Delilah, but there's some good punk hits that they're doing there, I think. So yeah, that's my guilty pleasure.
Awesome.
I wonder what your guilty pleasure is.
Like, actually, question back at you.
Yeah, what is yours, man?
My guilty pleasure, I mean, I feel like much like what Gareth said, you shouldn't feel guilty about anything, but some are a little bit more, I guess, unsavory than others are. So for myself, wow, I haven't really answered. I've answered a few of my own questions, but this is the first one that I have not. So you guys got me on a, now you got me thinking. Wow, that's tough. I'd have to say, do you know the band Baby Metal?
Yes.
Yeah.
They're sick. So I feel like a lot of people give him flack because they're like literally a Japanese like girl band that has like metal roots. But they're sick. I can't deny that. I will totally take the bullet for whoever says they suck because I think they're massively talented and just to have that like just to have like three vocalists, they're all like talented like dancers, like songwriters, stuff like that. And I think with like, obviously working with like bigger metal acts, I think they did some stuff like Rob Zombie and stuff. So I feel like they have the backing behind it, but I know a lot of people aren't particularly fans of them. So I feel like that one is one that may or may not surprise people, but I feel like is slightly a guilty pleasure for me. I'll put it on. The new record's awesome. It's great. So that would be my answer to my own question. But the next thing, guys, the most important thing, tell them about your band, where they can find you on the social medias, and anything coming up in the next couple months.
Well, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, yeah. And we've got an actual website as well, anightInNovember.com. And we've got loads coming up. But the main thing is the EP launch. So we've got the EP coming out on the
11th of November.
But we've got the EP launch on the 9th of November, and that is people will be able to buy the CD that night as well. So it's a little early for people coming down, but it's in the Key Club in Leeds, which is a really cool venue. And yes, that's the biggest thing for us. And then we're going to start writing again, aren't we? And but that's the biggest thing we've got coming up, really.
I guess, just to touch on the video that you mentioned earlier, that's for the single Nation of Bells, which is now released. So you can check out the video on YouTube. The song's on Spotify. And then we're also going to release one other single in the run-up to the EP show, which is going to be tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So that's going to be again on YouTube and on Spotify. There'll be a video for it, which is a homemade video by Gareth, which is still as stupid and crazy as the last one. But yeah, look out for that tomorrow. And yeah, it'll be on Spotify, so have a listen.
It's a little bit different as well, that one, because it's an acoustic track. So we've not done an acoustic one before. So it feels a little bit sort of homemade, and sort of goes back to that sort of, like on the Punk album, you'd have the random acoustic one put in there, and you can sing it around the campfire. It's quite simple, but it's that sort of vibe.
It's probably not your typical pop punk acoustic song though, just because Lewis has got some quite hardcore vocals where he likes to scream a lot, and we've combined those into an acoustic. So it's more along the lines of maybe like Frank Turner, if you know.
Oh, nice. Yeah, Frank Turner. He's great. Yeah.
Heavier-ish acoustic songs. It could be something similar to that.
It's like catchy with like that Man Overboard song.
Yeah, the Man Overboard song, or I was thinking like Hawthorne Heights, like that sort of old like emo stuff. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
that.
It's actually like all the music is on all the other streaming platforms as
well.
Yeah, we listen to Spotify, but it's on like Apple Music and like Deezer and
Google
stuff,
Play
and all of those. And the videos are also on Facebook as well. So I think when we put the video out on Facebook, it got such a really good reaction straight away. Like a few thousand views on it.
Nice.
Really blown away. People were sharing it and liking it and commenting, and because it was like a fun video, everyone's like spotting things and being like, have you seen this, you've seen that.
Yeah, it's really, really good reaction to that. I've been really happy with it.
Yeah, that's so cool. And then, like I said, this video coming out tomorrow, can't wait to see people's reactions to that, especially because it's like something catchy that people who don't know us can listen to, but it's got loads of lyrics in it that are actually really specific to events that have happened in our life, like parties that we used to have, and the sort of crazy things that had gone at those. The little I guess inside jokes, but things that will still be relevant to everybody. And I'm hoping that's going to get a good reaction. I think it should.
Yeah, the process with that song was a little bit different because I genuinely thought about the night that we had. For every lyric I sing, I'm thinking about that particular night. And so when I think about listening back to the song, I genuinely feel like how I felt that night, which is great for me. I just hope it comes across to everyone else when they listen, because obviously they were. and I'm hoping that it'll be connect to people on that level as well. So
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. Like, so.
Oh, well, that was like part of the writing process as well. For it. Like when we were in the studio, you were like recording your lyrics and were saying, like, this is such a fond memory. Like you were sort of laughing at the same time as like. But we just kept that in. We're like, oh, we don't want it to sound like, you know, you're trying to sing it perfectly. You want to be singing it with like the enjoyment of the memories, and that's part of like that's something you get to do in an acoustic track that you maybe can't do as well on electric ones.
Because it felt sort of homemade. That's why the video's homemade as well. And
yeah.
You get that. It's just we just had a barbecue, didn't we? So,
yeah.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah.
That's it.
I hope it all comes together. But yeah, that's the next big thing tomorrow, and then yeah, just the run up to the EP launch. So it's all go at the moment. Been really busy.
Yeah, and then gigging. It's gonna be
fun. Awesome. Well, you know, I always love having bands on for a second time. It's always great, and as you know, you guys are always welcome back on anytime. But you should go check out A Night in November. The record comes out in November, ironically, and maybe not totally planned whatsoever. But you should go give them a listen. They're awesome. I love having, you know, different like bands, and I love the direction you guys are going in, that like sort of hardcore like pop punk. I feel like there's some bands that are missing. I know Chunk kind of like disappeared a little bit, so hopefully you guys fill that gap in my life a little bit. So but go check out their stuff. Go check out the music video. It's awesome, and I'm excited for the one tomorrow, which it will be up well after that comes out, but go check it out anyway. And if you enjoyed this interview, share it, like and subscribe. It goes a long way. And thanks, of course, to A Night in November for coming on again.
Thank
you, man. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Thanks.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. Of course, if you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.